You know, I figured I would do a short video here on this. Okay, so here we are. INCEL, that's right. You know, the word is all over the manosphere. You know, the INCEL guys, the INCEL community, you know, the targeted people. 10 years worth of events of INCEL guys killing women. That's right, between 2010 and 2020. Was listed up along about February on an INCEL rebellion forum out of Texas. Okay, so let's go on here. The first online community to use the term INCEL was started in 1993 when a Canadian university student known, only by her first name, created a website in order to discuss her sexual inactivity with others. In other words, she couldn't get sex, or she wasn't getting pregnant, whichever it was, right? But you know, as I was reading through this, I have a highly suspicious thing going on here where I do believe that Canada University student, known only, Canada University student. Why do I have a feeling the university was actually involved in this? Okay? Read this whole article and really think about it, because I have. And when I really think about it, what did I say? I suspect the university was involved in this, and this was deliberately done. Okay? I'm going to go on here a little bit more. Okay, she started a mailing list and topics, okay? They're giving this female's description. She stopped participating in her online, but let me back up a little bit. I'm going to start where I left off, the university knowing. Okay, Alina created a website in order to discuss her sexual inactivity with others. The website titled Alina's Involuntary Celibacy Project, there's the reason I think the university was involved, was used by people of all genders to share their thoughts and expressions. Now follow this, okay? It was used by people of all genders to share their thoughts, feelings, and expressions. She started a mailing list on the topic and used, application, later shortened to INCEL, for anybody of any gender who was lonely and had never had sex. See how INCEL's nothing but based on sex? Okay, but then we'll go on and say, or who hadn't had a relationship in a long time. In other words, the relationship is about sex. Okay? During the college years, after Alina realized she was bisexual and become more comfortable with her identity, she stopped participating on her online project. Okay, so she just let it to go, right? So we'll go from there. About 2000, then Alina said that her project definitely wasn't a bunch of guys blaming women for their problems. That's pretty sad version, of the phenomenon, that's happened today. Things that changed in the last 20 years. When she read the 2014 district killings, the actor, Hollywood, yeah. When she read about the actor, the daddy of Hunger Games, Elliot Rogers, that's right, the Hollywood actor is still alive. The California Vista killings, nah. And parts of the INCEL subculture glorified. She wrote like a scientist who invented something that ended up being a weapon of war. I can't unravel. Okay, there you go. Ended up being like a weapon of war. Do you see how they're setting you up here? I mean, all the words are right here in your face. Okay? I cannot invent this word. Okay, nor retract it to, okay, to nicer people who need it. She expresses regret. Okay? Now let's go down here, the message board. Let's go down a little further right here. Okay, we all know about Reddit, right? The incels, okay, some coach, okay, formerly website Reddit later became particularly active incel community. It was known as a place where men blamed women for their involuntary celibate, sometimes advocating rape, other forms of violence, and where misogynists are often racist. Huh? Often racist. You follow why I'm saying the Canadian University was involved in this, and it was a project out of the Canadian University, and they're given the first name of a girl who probably headed up the project for the university. Yep, that's about where it come from. Because all you got to do is read down a little further and pay attention to the wording. Very close. Okay, and right here, okay, let's go to this one. Let me get where I was at. The project, blah, blah, blah. Because this part I find to express and regret using her original intent, creating and inside a community for people who all genders were sexually deprived due to social awkwardness, misogynist, or mental illness. There's the words. Mental illness. That's right. Could be mental illness, right? No, it's not mental illness, okay? The mental illness comes from our society and the social engineering, the feminist movement, the division of the genders completely, okay? But see right here, this is right out of the University of Canada. Now you can see why the INCEL group is the targeted people. Now you can see why you have a list of 10 years and a known actor, a Hollywood actor, became a star by stepping into the manosphere and pretending to be something he wasn't. That's right. Putting on an act for, after all, he was already in Hollywood. So that wasn't hard for him, was it? And then, of course, pretended to go out and kill people, carried on the Hollywood script, the act, and pretended to kill himself. That's right. Of course, he ain't dead. He's an actor, That's the way it goes. But here you are this long later. See, when I started TFL, I separated TFL from involuntary celibacy from the INCEL, involuntary celibacy, deliberately. Because it is a sexual-based thing. Even when they say that they want to have a relationship, it always starts off with what was last, sex. The primary focus is sex. And then you see the stuff that was done here. And just read this article once and pay attention to the wording real close, and you'll see that there was definitely elite involvement that came through a university. Sure was. This was a project handed down to the name they're giving you in the story to head it up for the university. That's why she was a student in the university. That's right. And it was probably passed down to the university in Canada by government, by elite. That's right. Because, see, all of our problems in the manosphere has been given to us by these people to begin with. And so you shouldn't be surprised that this was also given to you with the intentions of mental illness. That's right. With us being dangerous to women, more male shaming. Goes right along with 30, 40 plus years of male shaming in Hollywood, doesn't it? Sure does. See, now you know why I won't go speak in the incel community, because I don't believe in incel, because incel is sexually based. And a true relationship is started by taking the time to get to know somebody, by becoming a friend. to a best friend, to falling in love. And sex is, well, this is when sex comes in. And it's never talked about, it's discussed. It don't have to be talked about or discussed publicly, openly to anybody. Because anybody with even a smidget of a brain in their head knows that you're going to get sex in a relationship if you get a relationship. And the idea behind that was to procreate, make kids, right? And then be there to raise your kids. Not to go from body to body to body to body saying, I can impregnate this many women because I'm a guy. That right there is social engineering all the way. And what do we hear in today's society? Especially here online in the manosphere. We hear everybody worrying about getting laid. We hear everything being about each other. Themselves. Not each other, but their selfishness, really. The women are all about the women, their wants, their needs. And the men are all bending over all about the woman's wants and needs and competing against each other and throwing each other underneath the bus. And women, well, they don't got time to get to know you, No, that's not involved. The foundation is no longer a requirement in today's society. That's right. The only thing really required is whatever's in the woman's head out of the TV set, the fantasy she's having, and to be used. You're just a guy. She'll replace you just like that because she has all the choice. Okay, but you can't go up into the INCEL community in today's society and be speaking up and think that you're going to be safe. I told you, the INCEL community is targeted. They're targeted because they was created to be targeted. I don't care how many people want to tell me TFL and INCEL are one and the same. They never have been one and the same and never will be one and the same from day one. I'm the one that gave the name. I separated them way back then. That's right. I separated them. And since that, other clowns come along and think that they can go ahead and, well, we'll just shove the two categories together and say they're one and the same. Well, you don't have a right to do that. You didn't create it. They were separated from day one, and I'm the one that created the name. And I separated it because I knew what the hell I was doing. But, of course, the government would love to do nothing more but lie to everybody and say we're one and the same. And clowns, they want to do that too. That's right. The idiots that don't have a right to do anything like that. Can you imagine me changing the creation of the freaking automobile, the motor? Maybe it don't work as efficient, but I can change the creation of something somebody else come up with, and then I can take credit for it. Oh, I'd be in jail in a heartbeat if I did that, right? That's right. So what the hell makes you think you have a right to do it? You don't. But this is why we're not speaking the INCEL community. Because the INCEL community has never been TFL. Never. And the people who are speaking in the INCEL community, well, you're going to be the first ones targeted when they come in after you. Oh, they will. It's only a matter of time before, well, bad things happen. They do another Elliot Rogers act, another Hollywood act, and they push some kind of mental health laws, and they move in, and they target their leaders. That's right. They target the best speakers, the well-known speakers, that's right, and call them a cult leader, causing guys to go out there and rape and salvage and kill women. It's right here in your face. That's why I highlighted it. Okay? It's all right here. They literally, once again, told you. And they literally told you the whole truth, basically, but you got to be able to work. You got to be able to read through their deception. They want you to believe it was just a female student, that it wasn't the college that was involved. But if you pay attention to the wording, you realize the college was involved. You realize it was a university. The school system, the education system, which is being controlled by who? The government, the elite. That's right. So I wanted to get this out here and point this out. With that, I guess I'm going to get on out of here, but no. TFL is not INCEL, never will be INCEL. Okay, never will. We are not one and the same. TFL don't believe it's not about getting laid. It's not about usury. It's about what's real. The way men and women got together for hundreds of years. It's about the real truth. It's not about the lie. And I'm not going to come up here and keep talking about all the symptoms. Because that's all I ever hear said. Everybody just keeps talking about the symptoms over and over and over. Oh, we talk a little bit about, yeah, it's NWO related, and then we'll go back to symptoms. It's NWO related, and then we'll go back to symptoms. We won't understand what we're doing. They don't want to listen to the truth because, well, that's not the way it's done in today's society. So I hope you enjoy Stand Alone. And if you want to jump over the INCEL community, be a great speaker, you go right ahead, and I don't care who you are. Okay? Because when it's all said and done, you'll probably be flashed in the media as a cult leader for a group of people that are killing women. And you'll be hated on, and you'll be taken away and locked up. And there won't be nothing I can do for you. You know, and I'm not saying no names because it could be a number of anybody, okay? I know they targeted Steve. But this is one of my major reasons for not wanting Steve over there. And Steve hasn't been over there. He didn't go over there this last Saturday. That was outstanding. I'm glad he didn't. I really am. Because I don't want him to get caught up in this damn mess. Okay? All you guys, you want to go there and get involved in it? You should remember, when bad shit happens to you before it's all said and done, you got really nobody to blame but yourself. It's right in your face. That's the reason I showed you this.